Hello there everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having an awesome day, and if you're not, then maybe this video can make it just a little bit better. I am, as always, the one and only Callisto33, and today we are going to be playing a little bit of War Thunder. I believe we're going to be doing some air realistic battles today, and we're going to be using the F4U Corsair. So I think we're just going to hop right into it, and I'll see you guys in the first match. Alright, there we go, we are in our first match. We are going to be mainly playing the anti-fighter role this time, so we're not going to go up with any bombs. We've got ourselves a nice universal belt for our machine guns. This plane sadly does not have an air targets belt, so we'll just have to make do with the universal. We've got guns targeted to 600 meters, and our minimum fuel load to help with agility in the air. So hopefully let's just get right into things. There we go. Let's look around. We're in a German map, it looks like. Pretty small map, not terribly large. We're going to try to get some good climb speed going on here right off the bat. About a 17.5 degree climb. Going up at a pretty sharp angle. Got a good team set up here. We've got some J-22s and some J-21s, which are Swedish fighters. They're actually quite maneuverable and quite dangerous to go up against. We've got a Spitfire down there. What is going on with my plane? I don't know if you guys could see that, but the plane was just shaking around in the air. I'm not sure what it was doing. Got some bombers going up ahead. Got A-35s and B-34s. That's a torpedo bomber. I'm not entirely sure what that one is. It might be a British plane. I know it's not in the American tech tree. I don't have much experience with the British tech tree, mainly the American and German. Got the Wildcat back there also climbing with us. He's fallen behind though. His engine isn't quite as powerful as in this one. And like, this plane is actually very large. Like you can see from looking at the pilot in there, this is actually a very large plane and it's quite heavy, but at the same time it's a surprisingly good dogfighter because these gull wing shapes actually help it with maneuverability a lot, so then it's not getting outturned too bad. And if you can get up good speed and dive down at an enemy, then you can normally win the dogfight, or at the very least manage to get out of the way before he can shoot you down. So it is a pretty decent fighter all around. So I think I'm just going to continue climbing up here. We're already at 2,600 meters, 2,700 now. I think I'm going to climb up to around 3,000, 3,500 meters, something like that. And then I can start looking for bombers close to the beginning of the match, and hopefully take those out so they're not getting our bases down here. And then I can start going after fighters towards the end of the match. So I think I might just see you guys there. Alright then, there we go. We actually climbed quite a bit higher than I was anticipating to. We're at about 4,300 meters, and we have our enemy planes coming into sight now. We've got a good deal of BF-109s, we've got a BF-110 over there, and actually a Japanese Zero down there. We're really going to want to steer clear of him because he's going to be very maneuverable and very dangerous. But one thing I actually noticed is that this plane, the engine in specific, stays cool very well. You can see the engine temperature up there is just barely getting warm, and I think that is partially due to the fact that you have those little vents up there around the engine that open up when you're getting up to higher altitudes, and I think that really helps keep the engine cool, so I can just stay at war emergency power for a actually very long time before my engine starts overheating. As you can see, I've got 18 minutes left of fuel, so I've been using WEP for about a good solid 2 minutes now, and there's not even close to a sign of overheating. So I think we're going to go down, eventually start diving. We've got the Zero, we've got a couple of Zeros down there, as well as C202s, which are both very maneuverable. So I think what I'm going to do is actually try to go after one of those BF-110s right there. Those are a good target to go after because they're not terribly maneuverable, and they're big twin-engine fighters. So I think that I will be able to handle those with little to no problem. So I'm going to start my dive here. I've got a dogfight starting up between the J-21s and some of the Zeros. Oh, this 110 is coming in here for J-21. Let's see if we can't help our guy out. Let's try to spiral ourselves around so he's not cutting off our angle. Ah, nope, I didn't even get close to having an angle to shoot. Holy moly. You pull a lot of G's when you're diving like that. And And I think I will be safe to just do a loop, because thankfully we're not at low altitude. We're still at very high altitude where this whole dogfight is taking place. Oh, our BF-110 got taken out. Let's try to go after that guy. So if we did need to, we would still have room to dive and gain speed to escape an enemy. Okay, got a hit in there. Had some shots connect. Nice, we got an assist. Good kill, good kill. Let's try to help out our Wildcat over here. We've got a BF-109 coming in for him. There's zeros down there, so I really don't want to go after them. They can outmaneuver me before I can even blink. Oh, nope. Couldn't get quite high enough. Oh, man. I think he's turning around for me. Yeah, that's the downside to this fighter. It is a surprisingly good dogfighter, but it does seriously lack in turn fighting. Oh, but he's actually going over there for that Spitfire, and Spitfires are very good at turn fighting. They're very maneuverable. So, that's weird. That Spitfire didn't even turn around. He barely even moved at all. Wonder what he's doing, or who he's going after. I think that BF-109 is actually still chasing down the J-21 down there. No, I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, so I'm just gonna keep going like this. I think it's about time to take it off low emergency power. Now the engine is finally starting to overheat. Aha, here's our Spitfire coming back in for him, helping us out. Just gonna keep going after this guy, because I'm still just trying to steer clear of those zeros. Those are scary. Get in closer for a shot on this guy. Maybe try to get in a long shot. I doubt it, though. No, I'm not going to bother turning after that guy. He's not at a good angle for me to chase after. I would lose so much speed turning after him. Wouldn't be worth it. This guy has actually managed to drag us down to lower altitude, but it doesn't look like any of the enemy fighters are still here, so it doesn't seem like there's going to be much threat from behind. But luckily, I'm a lot faster than this guy on level ground, so hopefully maybe I can just get him from far away. Oh, nope, he's diving down. Flew right into my bullets there. Got one guy coming after us now, BF-109, so gonna have to be careful. Oh, got a nice critical. Oh man, we crashed right into him. Huh. He zigged when I think he was trying to zag and caught me right in the tail, and my wings left too, so. Well, that was rather interesting. That is definitely something with this aircraft, is if you get in too close and somebody is turning and zigging and zagging like that, then there is quite a high likelihood that they might hit you if you're passing them, because it is very fast on level flight. So, I guess I will just see you guys in the next match. Alright, we are in the next match. It's looking like this is an ocean map, so again, I'll just leave that secondary weapons empty. Bombs aren't going to do me any good in this map. If it was a torpedo, that might be helpful, but I believe I'm going to be going up against mostly enemy fighters in this, maybe a couple of torpedo bombers, but since this is an ocean map, what it normally is, we're normally going up against Japanese fighters, which are very maneuverable. Oh, hey, we got to take off from it. Carrier? I think my plane is magic. I really don't know what to make of this. I'm gonna try to take off and hope I don't just fall off into the... Alright then, wow. Interesting, to say the least. My tail gear and carrier hook just broke off, so I think it's safe to say I'm not going to be taking off from the carrier, or landing on the carrier rather, anytime soon. that was interesting. That was an unfortunate start to the match. Yeah. I'm just gonna start climbing and hopefully get up to a higher altitude, and then we will be able to catch some of those torpedo bombers. I don't know where the bombers have been in the last couple of matches, but luckily there's not any clouds that they can be hiding in. It's looking like this time. So hopefully I should be able to find them, and then I can get some nice, good plane kills. It's so weird having that just giant gaping hole in the back of the plane. Weird magic carrier messing me up. What was up with that? That was confusing. We've actually got a fair amount of bombers on our side. We've got, it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4 torpedo bombers of our team. That's a pretty fair amount of bombers. We've got a few Corsairs. We've actually got a P-40 and a few Wildcats as well. There's one guy in here with a P-36, which is an old plane. He got up BR'd pretty significantly. P-36G, that's almost a full BR point below this. So I don't think he's going to be doing too well, but we do have a guy. There he is. He's in an XP-38G. So he actually got down BR'd, I believe. I will have to double check that, but I think that the XP-38G is actually a BR of 3 point something, whereas we're currently in BR 2.7, I believe. So we've got a nice amount of variation between plane types and BR types in our team. So hopefully we'll be able to do pretty well. We're going up against Japanese fighters, so we've got KI-44s, 45s, 61s, and a fair amount of Zeros as well, which are all very maneuverable and very dangerous planes in a dogfight. So I think I'm going to be sticking to pretty standard boom and zoom tactics, which is just dive down at the enemy, fire off a few shots. If you don't get the kill, then climb out of there and pick a new target, and then rinse and repeat. So hopefully I'll be able to avoid getting killed by these very maneuverable fighters, because this plane is very heavy, and while it does turn decently, it just doesn't quite cut it to go up against these very maneuverable, very lightweight fighters. Japanese fighters are pretty commonly referred to in this game as paper airplanes because they can turn on a dime, but also a strong gust of wind pretty much will take them apart. Okay, we've got a good amount of altitude. It's so weird though, I don't see any bombers on their enemy team. We've got our bombers. What is it with this? Not finding any bombers. Got a bunch of fighters there. Yeah. Their whole team, they just don't have any bombers. That's weird. If there's bombers on our team, then I wonder if there's something wrong with the War Thunder matching algorithm, because if we have bombers, then they should have an equal amount of bombers to make it a fair match. It wouldn't be very fair if our team is a third bombers and their team is just all maneuverable fighters. We would be pretty heavily outmatched. I'm not really sure what's going on. Yeah. With no bombers to go after that I'm seeing, I don't really have high hopes for this match. We started out badly with ripping out the tail gear on the Magic Carrier, and we're actually trailing a little bit of smoke already. And we've got all Zeros. We've got the KI-44 here. I might try to go after him in hopes that he might be a little bit less maneuverable than these Zeros, because there's no chance that I'll ever be able to take one of them out, really, unless one of them is flying in a perfectly straight line and I can get in with a good boom and zoom. 2 of their planes just crashed. That's interesting. That actually will help us out. Hopefully I can just get in a little cheeky shot here before I zoom away. Nope. I tried, and I failed. Just weren't lined up quite right, and I was going too fast to maneuver well. Speed is decreasing rapidly, but we're also gaining a lot of altitude. When we get down to about 300 kilometers an hour, I'm going to just go into a loop and go back down and try again. Yeah, there we are, already back up at 2,200 meters of altitude. Gonna try to go into a quick loop. Oh, I might have waited a little bit too long. Yeah, critical speed. That's not the best thing to happen. I waited a bit too long for that. Okay. That KI-44 that we picked out earlier is still looking nice. That P-40 keeps luring him this way. And that could be helpful. Oh, hold up. Hold up. We've got an enemy F4U. That's another Corsair like the one we're in right now. Why is that on the enemy team? I wonder. I'm pretty sure that the Japanese tech tree does actually have a premium fighter that is an F4U. Oh, looks like he's just gonna go head on. Gonna pull off. Don't want to get hit. Oh, nice. We got a critical with a spin. Didn't get hit at all. I'm going to keep going around for this guy because I know that I can take this guy out. He's a lot less maneuverable than any of the other Japanese planes, so hopefully I can get him. Yeah. I believe that is a Japanese premium plane, is an F4U. Gonna hopefully spin back around for him and keep tracking him. Oh, he's maneuvering well, though. Almost blacked out there. Gonna try to roll over and try to get down on top. Get some altitude advantage. Nice, we got him. Okay, that's one aircraft destruction under our belt. I'm not sure where all this... Oh, that anti-aircraft fire is coming from those destroyers. I might just stay at this lower altitude, because if I try to climb, I'd be at a speed disadvantage. I might... Oh, This makes me a little bit nervous, but I might just try to go after this KI-44 and hope I can get him before he sees me. Come on. Mission objective failed. Oh, they captured Zone B. Oh, yep. He is maneuverable, alright. Just gonna go into a few canopy rolls and try to keep him from shooting me. Let's call for some backup. I don't know if anybody's going to respond. I think most of our... Oh, yeah, most of our team is dead. It's me and one other guy. We're the only ones left. Oh, is he just gonna pass right over the top of me? He is. Ah. He's coming in for that F4U. Oh, that F4U actually did respond. Interesting. I don't have that happen very often where people will actually respond to a call for backup. Just trying to keep an eye on him. I know I'm not going to beat him in a turn fight, so I'm not turning after him too much. If he comes after me, I can just go into those canopy rolls again, and then he hopefully won't be able to hit me. That F4U is helping me out, though. I think the two of us together can take him. See, he's weird. He just crashed. Okay. Oh, and he was the last guy on their team. Oh my gosh. We actually won that. That is so interesting. But yeah, you can see with their superior maneuverability, they absolutely decimated our team. We only won that because that guy crashed. It's going to be a pretty long dogfight if he hadn't. Yeah, some victory shots. Well then, that didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. I might have to return to the Corsair another day to hopefully redeem my reputation as a fighter pilot in this game and not just a bomber hunter. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have left for this video, so I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, sometime check out another channel I share with a YouTuber called Balderdash Gaming, and check out that YouTuber's channel, In Between Games Space Valley. Links to both channels will be in the description. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Farewell.